I think we're poised for one of the most pro-abortion administrations we've seen. I want to play this clip again. This was from yesterday. Joe Biden repealing President Trump's prohibition against U.S. dollars being used to fund and promote abortion overseas.
And the second order I'm going to be signing also changes what the president has done, what former president has done, and it a memorandum reversed my predecessor's attack on women's health access, and as we continue to battle COVID-19.
Joining me now to talk about this because he has a remedy is Senator Mike Lee of Utah, who's been a champion for religious freedom and for the sanctity of life. Senator, welcome back to the program.
Thank you very much, Tony. It's good to be with you.
I had your House colleague that is doing the same thing in the House on the program yesterday, Virginia Fox. So your bill is simply trying to codify into law this Mexico City policy, which has become like a ping pong ball. You know, one administration comes in, they do away with it, Republicans come back in, and they reinstate it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's become sort of like the nuclear football, but with life policy. The bill I've introduced, called the Protecting Life in Foreign Assistance Act, would do something very simple. It would just ensure that our foreign aid is not funding the conduct of abortions or the promotion of abortions overseas. You know, this goes all the way back to 1984 when President Reagan instituted the policy, known as the Mexico City policy, just saying that the availability of family planning foreign assistance funds to organizations that provide or promote abortions or advocate to change abortion laws in a foreign country is going to be prohibited. And since then, the policy has been alternately rescinded and reinstated with changing administrations, just depending on whether they're Democrats or Republicans. We'd rather not have that football bouncing back and forth, right, depending on whether it's a Democrat or a Republican who's just been elected to the presidency. We think it should be statutory. And that's what this bill would do.
It's interesting reading some of the news reports after Biden, removed this prohibition and now opening the floodgates up to foreign funding for this in our foreign policy. What's interesting is that some of the organizations that are recipients of this are hesitant to sign back up because they know, first off, this runs counter to what the American people want, and they're not certain that the Biden administration is going to be around, very long, and they'll have to go back and change their policies again. So I think people on both sides may want the stability.
I think the stability would be good. And look, there's no doubt that some people want this no matter what. Some people who want to use it to perform or promote or advocate for abortions in other countries, they're never going to be happy with this becoming statutory.
Right.
But what matters is that the American taxpayer,
yes,
hardworking moms and dads in America who spend many weeks, if not months, out of every year just to pay their federal taxes, regardless of their own religious views or their own views more broadly about abortion, I think the overwhelming majority of those people don't want their taxpayer dollars going to fund or promote abortions in a foreign country.
Yeah.
That's just, it's evil, and it's also ridiculous.
Right. Well, a recent poll out, the Marist poll out this week, 77% of Americans are opposed to this, 55% of Democrats opposed to it. Very quickly, we're almost out of time, Senator, but you have a couple of other bills, one of them being Abortion is Not Health Care Act. I think this is very significant.
Yeah, it is. It's very important because we believe that it's not health care. That's why I introduced the Abortion is Not Health Care Act to end the tax deductibility of abortions and clarified that this gruesome practice isn't health care. Health care is intended to prolong human life and relieve human suffering. And that's why we offer the tax deduction there. It's something very different when your purpose is to end an unborn human life. it shouldn't be considered health care.
And this is very important for the overall discussion about health care, that we not allow what some want to do, and that is to roll abortion into health care as if it's just a part of an appendectomy or something else. It is not, and I think it needs to be treated differently, and that's exactly what your bill does. Senator, out of time, I want to thank you as always for joining us, and thank you again for not only your commitment to life, but religious liberty as well. We really appreciate you.